On 4 News Now at 6, fear, anger, and death threats over misinformation. We separate fact from fiction about sexually violent predators being released all over Washington.
You'll want to take it slow on the roads tonight and tomorrow morning as everything refreezes. I'll let you know what to expect for your morning commute in the First Alert forecast.
Concerns spreading over drug-laced papers being left on car doors in Airway Heights. What police have to say about this online rumor. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
They're the worst of the worst that Washington has. These people aren't just sexual offenders. They also have mental abnormalities.
Fear, anger, death threats as misinformation spreads across Washington when it comes to sex offenders being released from the state facility on McNeil Island. Tonight, a rumor swirling that McNeil Island, a specialized center for sex offenders, is closing.
It started with a conservative radio host in Seattle who reported that McNeil Island is shutting down and 130 sexually violent predators are being released all over the state. We're told that is just not true. McNeil Island is located in South Puget Sound, separated by a body of water from the rest of the state. KXLY's Jordan Smith joins us in studio tonight with what really happens when sex offenders are released from McNeil Island. Jordan, what can you tell us?
Aaron, Kirsten, good evening. The release of sex offenders from McNeil Island is a very complicated situation that 4 News Now has been reporting on for many years. And we can confirm, as you mentioned, that the claim the facility is being closed immediately and these sex offenders are being set free is just simply not true.
Just 5 miles from Washington's shore is McNeil Island, home to roughly 130 of Washington's most violent sex offenders.
After someone has finished their criminal sentence and the court has deemed them a sexually violent predator, that's when they are put out on the island, McNeil Island, on our total confinement facility.
A rumor that the island is closing has picked up steam. It's a rumor Tyler Hemstreet with DSHS is putting to rest.
Yeah, there's no plans to close the total confinement facility on McNeil Island.
No plans at all.
No plans at all.
There are, however, growing frustrations over the reintegration process of violent sex offenders. Convicted offenders stay at McNeil Island for an indeterminate amount of time until they're deemed acceptable to return to a lower restrictive housing alternative, or LRA.
So we have several types of less restrictive alternatives. We have 2 secure community transition facilities. Those are owned and operated by DSHS.
The other option is community housing, in which multiple offenders will be placed in a large living facility together, closely monitored by the state. The most recent LRA being proposed in Tenino, Washington, a plan that is facing severe backlash from its residents.
It's not a matter of if they reoffend, it's a matter of when they're going to reoffend. And with the security measures in place right now, they can do that in 2 minutes, just stepping on the foot of that property.
But the placement of sex offenders is largely dictated by the courts. The DSHS has the legal obligation to provide housing options to those who qualify to reintegrate, but a judge is the one who determines their placement.
Important to remember that LRAs have been going around for years. This placement is the placement of these sex offenders is dictated by what's known as the fair share principle. In other words, that prevents any one county from absorbing a disproportionate amount of sex offenders. This way, they're evenly placed across multiple counties. And again, that decision is made by a judge, not the DSHS. Aaron, Kirsten?
Jordan, thank you. We'll say goodbye to Arctic air. You may be shedding some layers over the next couple of days.
Bye-bye. Overnight freezing temperatures are going to make for a slick drive tonight and tomorrow morning, though. So let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see how long we can expect this trend to last.
Oh, we are going to be in the freeze-thaw cycle for a while. Here's our time lapse today. And as we get into the afternoon, you can see how quickly the snow was melting around the Spokane Arena, wet roads, sidewalks, and parking lots. But as our skies cleared this evening, that temperature is dropping and everything that was wet this afternoon is freezing already, just in time for the basketball game across the street. The Groovy Shoes. Our high temperatures today above freezing throughout the Spokane area. It was 34 officially at Spokane International Airport, our first time above freezing in 3 days. 39 in Coeur d'Alene. It was 38 today in Spokane Valley. But but the temperatures are dropping quickly. We're already in the 20s at the airport in Meade, Deer Park. It's 27 right now in Spirit Lake. But more importantly, the road temperatures dropped below freezing even before the air temperatures did. They are down in the 20s as well. So again, slick spots on the roads throughout the entire region, and those will be waiting for you tomorrow morning. We do warm up nicely. Our warming trend continues, even warmer than today in many locations. 40 in Spokane Valley, Liberty Lake, and Coeur d'Alene. 37 tomorrow in Spokane International Airport. So you can shed a layer, and you might even want to take your sunglasses along. It's not going to be a blue sky day, but there'll be some filtered sun at times. It does get even warmer, but also wetter in the 7-day forecast. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Chris, thank you. Breaking news tonight, an excavation crew may have dug up more than just dirt in Lewiston. Police say they are investigating a walking path in the area near the Memorial Bridge where it's possible a skull and bones have been unearthed. The excavation team dug up what they think could be human remains, and they've stopped working immediately and called police. That excavation work is now stopped until further notice. Detectives are working with the Nez Perce County Coroner's Office to determine whether what was found is indeed human remains. That part of the investigation could take weeks.
Also breaking tonight, take a look at this photo. These are the pills Spokane County Sheriff's Office found inside a Spokane Valley home. Deputies believe they contain fentanyl. They were seized at a home near 4th and Bowdish as a part of a months-long drug investigation. Detectives say they also found a stolen car, handgun, and meth. Spokane County Sheriff's deputies now say they believe a 16-year-old driver hit a woman trying to cross the street, kept going, and left her for dead. Take a look at this map. Deputies say they believe the teen was pulling out of the Yokes parking lot on East Sprague in Spokane Valley last Friday night when they hit a woman crossing the street. Deputies tracked the car down a few days later and found front end damage. The woman died at the scene Friday night. Sheriff's deputies say they will push for charges against the teen.
Washington Governor Jay Inslee has tested positive for COVID-19. The governor says he is experiencing mild symptoms and is urging families to get vaccinated, saying in part, quote, "This is a scientific gift that has given us the capacity to prevent hospitalizations or worse."
Idaho Governor Brad Little's proposed scholarship program barely made it out of a House committee meeting yesterday. If approved, the Idaho Launch Initiative will give high school graduates a minimum of $8,500 to help pay for college and training programs for in-demand jobs like welding or plumbing. It now heads to the House for a vote.
And more conservative members of the House Education Committee compared the proposal to socialism. One of those members was Coeur d'Alene Representative Ron Mendive, who says adults should be responsible for paying for their own education. He went on to compare it to the federal free and reduced lunch program in public schools. According to the Kids Count Date Center, that program covers 27% of 1st through 12th grade students in Idaho. Mendive saying if we could find a way for the students to work to earn credits for their school lunch, I don't think we'd see any of the waste we do in that program because it doesn't mean much.
Camp Hope keeps getting smaller. About 124 people live there now compared to more than 600 last summer.
But the future of the camp is still up for discussion. Earlier today, some city council members and service providers held a briefing at the camp to talk about what's changed and what's next for the camp and the people who are still living there. Bronte Saratsky is live at Camp Hope with what was shared in that press conference and what comes next.
Well, earlier, city council members as well as service providers were here at the camp giving an update. They say that more people are getting into housing, the camp is shrinking, and more is being done in Spokane to address homelessness.
The estimates were there were well over 630 people living in this space.
Now, only about 124 people remain at Camp Hope. But those remaining say they don't want to go to traditional shelters. So city council members say they're working to find unique solutions for those people.
We need some tiny home pallet villages. We put for 125 people in this original plan. is that we need a place for medically fragile people who are in this camp. Your typical shelter can't accommodate them, and we need to figure that out.
Many at the camp have moved on to the Catalyst project. The newly opened shelter now houses 52 people from Camp Hope, and soon will be ready to house 100 at a time.
Catalyst participants are receiving meal and laundry services, case management, as well as employment and behavioral health services.
Councilmember Jonathan Bingle did not speak at the press conference Wednesday, but spoke with us after, saying he's seen a lot of good happening at the camp, but says people in the neighborhood still want it gone.
The trouble is that, you still have people in this neighborhood who are still crying out for some relief, crying out for some help, and it does feel many times it's falling on deaf ears.
As for when the camp will close, the message remains the same. There's no set date, but Council President Begg says when it does close, the land will be put to use to benefit the area.
Some of this land is going to be a north-south corridor, but other swaths of land on this thing are going to be permanently affordable housing.
Now, the backside of this camp towards I-90 is almost all cleared out. Starting Monday, the perimeter of the camp is going to move in another 50 feet, shrinking the camp even more. Reporting live in East Central, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Bronte, thank you. It's a decades-old rivalry. We are live at the Spokane Arena with more on the Groovy Shoe match against North Central and Shadle Park High Schools coming up after the break.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
It's our annual Red Hot Clear the Lot blowout sale at Jennifer's Auto Sales and Service.
At Fred Meyer, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting.
I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
The race is on to save thousands during the 72-hour sale at Cal, where they are marking down rigs to sell fast and delaying all payments until May 1st, with a complimentary 2-year service maintenance plan included. This weekend at Cal.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Fred Meyer, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
The hero who ran alongside a runaway car to save the stricken driver. Next, Inside Edition. Look at him go. Will he get to the driver in time? Then, why are all these guys ringing this nice lady's doorbell?
You never know what they're going to do. How crazy are they? Who are these people?
Wow, are they in for a surprise?
I have my gun in my hand.
Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Taking a live look over the Spokane Arena, it's the site for tonight's Groovy Shoe game between North Central and Shadle Park. The game is part of Spirit Week from the high schools in our area.
Yeah, Sports Director Julian Minensone will have a front row seat to the matchup. He joins us live from Spokane Arena to tell us how the Groovy Shoes got started.
Well, Kirsten, Aaron, the girls' game is going on right here behind me. 27-11 is the score. North Central leads Shadle Park, and they're all playing for this bad boy right here, the Groovy Shoe. Now, this is the North Central Groovy Shoes. You see North Central right there, and you flip it over. And there's the wolf pack. Very well crafted, I might say. The Shadle Park, we'll see that one later in the show, about 6:40 or so. But this is one of the longer standing traditions here when it comes to Spirit Week and these Spirit Games. It started in 1991. And it's when both school student bodies decided to wanted to increase school spirit. So what did they do? Well, they had a basketball game on the court, and then off the court, they decided to paint these Groovy shoes with the school colors and the mascots and all that stuff. So thus the name Groovy Shoe. Now, in order to win these Groovy shoes, you not only have to win on the court, but you have to win off the court as well. The students are being judged on their loudness in the crowd, their drill teams, the cheer teams, the dance teams. The schools are being judged on every single part of it, all school spirit all the time, and it's to take one of these bad boys home. It's the Groovy Shoe. Now, still 27-11 the score. North Central leads right now over Shadle Park, so they'll be a step closer to taking this back home with them, as well as the Shadle Park shoe, which we'll see in just a little bit. But for now, reporting live inside Spokane Arena with the Groovy Shoe, Julian Minnesone for News Now Sports.
Oh, thank you, Julian. So much fun. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. Wet roads will be refreezing. If you've got a teenager at the Groovy Shoes, send them a text and warn them to drive safe on the way home. We have a warming trend in our forecast. Partly sunny skies on Thursday, then rain and snow showing up in the forecast as early as Friday. I'll be back to explain.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Tire Store.
When I was 18, I really wanted to go to college, so I took out some private loans. I kept paying and paying and paying and paying, but they just wouldn't go down. BCU helped me tremendously because they allowed me to rebuild my credit. They really helped me get back on my feet.
When it's time to replace that old furnace or water heater, your choice of contractor is obvious. Give the experts at Bill's Heating and Air a call. Bill's Heating installs the top brands and always offers a low price guarantee. And now you can take part in the Zags Win You Win promotion. If the Gonzaga Bulldogs win the 2023 National Championship, all eligible equipment purchased before March 15th will be refunded. Call Bill's Heating today or visit the website for official contest rules.
Looking for some fun? Then come play for the day at the Coeur d'Alene Casino and discover new ways to win big inside the new Discovery Den, the first and only video game testing room in the U.S. with many of the top manufacturers in the world under one roof, where you get to play them first and decide which games stay and which ones don't. You will set the trends for the future of gaming, only at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Welcome home.
Your TV shows change. Your TV bills don't have to. Get the same bill every month for 3 years.
Dad.
The 3-year TV price guarantee, only from Dish. Tuned into you.
Dad?
While you're sleeping tonight, the Good Morning Northwest team will be gathering the information you need to start your day off right.
And take a break from the cold weather and start dreaming about summer at the Coeur d'Alene Boat Expo. It's tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest starting at 5.
Nobody likes keeping track of a wallet full of credit cards with complicated rewards categories, and members of BECU don't have to. Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back and no annual fee with the Cashback Visa from BECU. Power in people.
Temperatures dropping very quickly with clear skies in both Coeur d'Alene and Spokane. Will be partly cloudy overnight, a few clouds drifting through, but it's 28 right now in Coeur d'Alene and 27 degrees in Spokane. All those sidewalks and parking lots and roads refreezing. 19 for a morning low. A high tomorrow, however, 37. We're back up around average and might even see a little bit of sunshine. 24 hours from now, we will be dry across the Northwest. We're starting off our forecast at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. We do have a system on the way one of a few. It is weakening, however, as it approaches. It's not moving very quickly. It'll bring wet weather to the west side of the state, and by Friday evening, a mix of rain and snow, mostly mountain snow and valley rain to the region. Here's 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Let's zoom in. Here's 6 o'clock Friday morning, because we're going to be dry all day tomorrow and warm. Even though we are going to bring in some wet weather, Friday will be even warmer than it will be on Thursday. Here's Friday at 2 o'clock with some light rain possible around the Spokane area, down to Pullman in the Columbia Basin with only mountain snow. That rain will continue through Friday evening. Here's 6 o'clock, and then we dry out a little bit as we get into Friday late night, but there's the potential for more wet weather as we get into the weekend. I'll show you that in just a moment. In the short term, the concern is about ice on the roads and sidewalks and front steps and anywhere you may be walking outside as our temperatures drop into the teens and low 20s tonight. But then we warm up. Look at all the 40s on the map. 40 in Coeur d'Alene, 43 in St. Mary's and Pullman, almost 50 tomorrow in Lewiston, but we'll be above freezing in most locations. Just a couple exceptions as we head to where that cold air is dammed up along the east slopes of the Cascades, Wenatchee, as well as Winthrop. Here is your planning forecast. We have a chance of showers on Friday, up to 42, 43 on Saturday with that chance of wet weather. The best chance will be overnight Friday into Saturday early morning. Right now, it looks like the wettest day of the weekend will be Sunday in the form of rain in Spokane, rain snow mix in some of the northern valleys. We're going to keep those above average temperatures going through the forecast after tomorrow, so those roads should be in pretty good shape as we head into the weekend. Is looking pretty good. I've got some amazing Wildlife Wednesday photos for you coming up in the next half hour. Kirsten, Aaron.
So exciting. And speaking of snow, we've had a lot this winter in the inland Northwest, just not really lately.
And this is not the first time the snow dried up in the middle of the season. Meteorologist Matt Gray says it's a real trend. New at 6, Matt explains what he found.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Kirsten. What I found is really what happens in January. It might be the most important of all the months here of our winter season for how much snow we end up getting by the time it is all said and done. That number everyone's always curious about. And when I saw this today, it was hard to believe it, but here it is. In the 50s and 60s, snow in January around Spokane averaged up around 20, 21 inches. And in the last 10 years, it is under 10. That is a 13-inch regression in the last 73 years. This is supposed to be the second snowiest month in the whole season. The whole season. Huge numbers, especially compared to other months. Look what happened this past January. On New Year's Day, we were on pace to have the snowiest winter in Spokane since 2016-17, that winter. We were on pace to have a winter with close to 60 inches of snow. Instead, we got half of our average snow this past January. And now we're on pace to, well, get into, I'll show you right here, the low 50s with that bad month. The thing is, this snow loss is happening, quite frankly, specifically in January. This is not really going on to December. This isn't happening in February. We actually gained a little bit in February the last 70-odd years. There's no trends really in those months that are as significant as what we're seeing in January. So why is this specifically happening during that one month? Well, number one, it is warming much faster. That's the obvious answer, right? 6 degrees warmer than we were back in 1950. That means more time above freezing and more rain instead of snow. That was certainly the pattern over the past 31 days or so. But why is January warming up so much faster than the months around it? Now, for once, I don't have an end to this story because nobody knows. There's proof of regular warm spells in January across the whole country, but the reason they happen remain a mystery. 4 News Now will be right back after this.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Today, tonight, and tomorrow, Cal Cars is kicking off the month with a 72-hour sale at all 3 Cal locations, where they are marking down over 72 trucks, cars, and SUVs to sell fast. Plus, delaying all payments until May 1st. And $0 down is all you need. Save thousands and trade your old vehicle in for something better with a complimentary 2-year service maintenance plan included. But it's only today, tonight, and tomorrow at Cal.
It's Kerner Furniture's President's Day sale, and we want to present some furniture candidates.
First up is Lazy Boy. Pros: support successful movie nights, and at Kerner Furniture, we always have the lowest guaranteed price. Cons? None.
Next, we have a 7-piece dining room set. Pros: brings people together for quality time. Cons? None.
Cast your vote and bring home the most qualified furniture for your home during Kerner Furniture's President's Day sale.
Kerner Furniture, nice store, low prices.
It's Falco's biggest end-of-season closeout sale ever. EnviroFire wood, gas, and pellet-burning fireplaces are in stock and on sale. Display and demo models with over $1,000 in savings. Don't wait until next season. Get the best deal of the year now at Falco's. EnviroFire fireplaces are in stock and installation appointments are available today. Ask about special financing and clean air discounts too. Falco's EnviroFire closeout sale on now. 9310 East Sprague, Spokane Valley.
Have you been dreaming of upgrading your truck with exterior styling or custom accessories?
Or tricking out your interior with leather kits and heated seats?
Well, wake up, because Parker Extreme can help make your dream rig a reality.
Stop in and get advice from our skilled Parker Extreme team. They have the knowledge and experience to help you make the right choice for your car, truck, or SUV.
Your dream truck is here at Parker Toyota Extreme. You just haven't built it yet.
It's time for a new shower. But you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
4 News Now is brought to you by Car Wash Plaza.
Another support system is under consideration for people with stress, anxiety, and motion disabilities. Music therapists in Washington are not recognized by the state, which means they are not covered by insurance. And lack of insurance coverage is causing steep out-of-pocket costs for many patients right now.
There's a new push, Senate Bill 5214, to recognize music therapists as a new health profession. Peter Choi explains how the new bill will help music therapists and their patients.
Yeah, I spoke to a local music therapist, Carla Carnegie, who tells me some of her patients are struggling because they have to pay out of pocket. She believes passing the bill will help break down financial barriers for patients who are in desperate need.
Channeling your feelings. Combating mental illnesses like anxiety and depression.
Making music with Peter, it's a beautiful day.
With a little bit of drumming.
To reach non-musical goals of individuals and groups that need help with their areas of function, whether it's psychological function, emotional function, physical function.
For over a decade, a local music therapist, Carla Carnegie, has been supporting patients who can't physically or mentally undergo talk therapy.
It's very satisfying.
Very satisfying.
However, she says a lack of insurance coverage becomes a barrier for patients to gain access they need.
The bill before you establishes music therapy as a new health profession to be regulated by DOH and subject to the Uniform Disciplinary Act.
If passed, this will recognize music therapy as a new health profession to be regulated by the Secretary of Health.
Or like with stuttering, where stuttering was a big problem, then also with voice control, volume control, lung function, also with physically with movement.
Fortunately, she was able to gain access to music therapy through funding.
For me, I wouldn't be able to to do music therapy if it wasn't for the fact that Swedish MS offers this.
It will definitely help. It makes it accessible for everybody, no matter what their financial situation is. We need that.
And if passed, that it will take effect into January of 2025. Among 76 people who signed up to testify at a public hearing last Thursday, 2 were against the bill but didn't explain why. And there's no word yet when a vote will be held. Live in studio tonight, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Peter, thank you. FBI agents and President Biden's lawyer conducted a search on Biden's Delaware home. They say no documents with classified markings were found. The lawyer says it's a, quote, further step in a thorough and timely DOJ process we will continue to fully support and facilitate. This search coming a day after President Biden and the White House faced new criticism about a perceived lack of transparency. National security experts underscore that while transparency may be key in politics, it's not during active investigations.
From a security perspective, there's nothing to be gained by disclosing details of the investigation.
One source saying the FBI search was done to make sure all Biden-related documents were recovered. These instances of classified documents being found in unsecure places has both national security experts and members of Congress calling for new and improved protocols to keeping classified information safe. We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30.
Including why one teen on TikTok is being accused of faking her cancer diagnosis. And an online warning aimed at terrorizing women. The truth behind the rumors over drug-laced papers being left on car doors in Airway Heights. That's after the break.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Big Table helps restaurant and hospitality workers in crisis and transition, offering care, coaching, and support.
Too often, the person preparing or serving your food is struggling to put food on their own table. Big Table serves hope through crisis intervention and relational care.
NAACP Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Big Table as they help enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
Granite Concepts, beauty set in stone.
Starting tomorrow, Robin Roberts is taking you on a live adventure to New Zealand.
We're showing you all New Zealand has to offer, because after all, this is glacier country.
The adventure starts tomorrow morning.
Live from New Zealand. Good morning, America.
The other day, a hornet's nest fell on my head. It's not ideal, but we'll manage. Just like I manage without home internet. Sure, I wish this hotspot was a lot faster, but my phone works. Sometimes. It's not that bad. Ew.
It is that bad. Don't settle. Get Xfinity Home Internet for just $19.99 a month for 1 year with a free streaming box. Call, click, or visit a store today.
The race is on to save thousands during the 72-hour sale at Cal, where they are marking down rigs to sell fast and delaying all payments until May 1st, with a complimentary 2-year service maintenance plan included. This weekend at Cal.
Next ET, our Serena Williams exclusive. Ready for a tennis return?
I'm trying not to get this bug.
And her new supersized gigs that will have her daughter Olympia asking,
Mom, is that you?
Plus,
a double-decker, so British of you.
I know you love an open-top convertible.
Yes.
Only we're hitching a ride with Gordon Ramsay to his new Manhattan hotspot, where anything goes. Next ET.
What are you?
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
A frightening social media post aimed at terrorizing women. It claims a woman found a piece of paper tucked into her car's door handle and it was laced with dangerous drugs. The post claimed it happened at the Airway Heights Walmart.
Yeah, the post caused so much concerns that the Airway Heights Police Department investigated and then put out their own Facebook post. Our Vanessa Perez is live in Airway Heights tonight.
Yeah, police say the claims of drugs being found in this parking lot are not true, but that post stirred up a lot of concerns for people here in this community. Spokane Community Policing Services says people should always be aware of their surroundings.
I don't believe in fear tactics. I want people to be informed and also know that, yeah, there is like an epidemic going on, but I also don't want to be running out there with false information telling you, oh, you should just be scared of everything. I don't think it's fair.
Tammy Fraley didn't see the original post, but is concerned about drugs coming into the area. She has 2 sons at home.
We are really constantly watching who they're hanging out with, where they're going, the amount of activities and stuff, just because it's constantly in the news.
In that post, someone says they found the piece of paper with the drugs attached to their door handle. Police say they investigated and found that there was no record of this ever being reported. Still, the organization COP says people should always be aware of their surroundings.
Unfortunately, you just can't trust that, nothing's going to happen because, it's just getting to that point.
Scott says people should walk in pairs and park in well-lit areas. And if you see something, say something.
If it looks suspicious, definitely if it's like a box or something like that, don't touch it, call authorities.
And a lot of times people do put flyers on cars, so it could be hard to tell. But although the claims here were false in this parking lot, it's important that people stay vigilant. Live in Airway Heights, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Here's a live look over downtown Spokane tonight. It is going to be another cold night, but our warming trend continues. As you head out the door tomorrow morning, though, here are some things to know. Wet roads are refreezing if they haven't already across the region. We have a warming trend in the forecast that continues, partly sunny skies tomorrow, and then rain and snow coming in by the weekend as early as Friday afternoon. Our temperatures right now have dropped below freezing across the region after a day where all the locations got above freezing. It's 30 right now in Spokane Valley, 28 degrees in Coeur d'Alene as well as in Hayden. It's 27 at Spokane International Airport, 30 presently in Spangle. Here's a look now at temperatures across the region. It's only 22 in Omak and 25 degrees in Bonners Ferry, but still close to 40 in Lewiston. It's right at freezing in Pullman. In your Thursday planner, expect a mix of sun and clouds. Even at times when it's mostly cloudy, we should have some amount of sunshine filtered through the overcast. We're heading up to a high temperature of 37, which is exactly average. It gets warmer and wetter in the 7-day forecast. I'll have that for you, plus some great Wildlife Wednesday photos in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. It has been 20 years since the space shuttle Columbia disintegrated as it returned to Earth, killing all 7 astronauts on board, including Lieutenant Colonel Michael Anderson, who grew up in Cheney. Anderson is honored in Spokane with this statue outside the First Interstate Center for the Arts. Anderson was 43 years old and the payload commander in charge of science experiments on the Columbia. A Cheney High School graduate, the highway that goes through Cheney is named after him. It was part of Anderson's daily journey back and forth to high school. The elementary school on Fairchild Air Force Base is also named in his honor. And KXLY had the honor of interviewing Anderson via satellite just 2 days before the disaster. Anderson loved being an astronaut and was living his childhood dream.
I tell you, I'm having a great time at this job. It's absolutely fantastic. It's what I wanted to do since I was a little kid.
Anderson's advice to kids from that day: reach for the stars.
I like to tell them that if you're living in Spokane and in the Cheney area, you've got some very good schools and some very good programs around there. And then just apply yourself. Work hard, be persistent.
The shuttle Columbia disintegrated as it re-entered the atmosphere over Texas. It was determined that during launch, the shuttle's thermal protection system had been damaged.
We have a consumer alert for anyone who uses a certain type of eye drops. The CDC is urging everyone to stop using EzraCare artificial tears. The agency is investigating at least 50 infections in 11 states that have led to instances of permanent vision loss and hospitalization. The agency says most of the people with these infections reported using artificial tears, and EzraCare was the most common brand. Because the eye drops are preservative-free, they don't have ingredients to prevent bacterial growth.
On the first day of Black History Month, loved ones of Tyree Nichols gathered at a church in Memphis to pay their respects and celebrate his life. The funeral comes as we learn new details about several officers charged in his death.
We want to warn you, we will be playing clips of the body cam footage of the night officers stopped and beat Nichols, and it could be hard to watch. ABC's Justin Finch has more.
For the family of Tyree Nichols, a day of emotional overload.
This family has endured the unsolicited, unwarranted, unreasonable, unjustifiable, and massive burden of grieving their loved one, and at the same time, fighting for justice.
As they bid final farewells to a beloved father, son, and brother.
Tyree was a beautiful person. And for this to happen to him is just unimaginable.
Vice President Kamala Harris seen hugging Nichols' mother before taking the stage, demanding Congress pass the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act, which includes reforms supporters believe could have prevented what happened to Nichols.
Was he not also entitled to the right to be safe? So when we talk about public safety, let us understand what it means in its truest form. Tyree Nichols should have been safe.
Nichols' loss felt as Memphis police released the administrative HR files of 5 fired officers seen on video beating Nichols on January 7th.
Give us your hands!
4 of the 5 have records with suspensions or written reprimands, but none was previously found to have used excessive force. ABC News obtaining an initial incident report from Nichols' arrest and finding stark inconsistencies between it and footage from police body cams and a surveillance camera. And family members of other victims of police violence were also in attendance for today's service, including the mother of Breonna Taylor and the brother of George Floyd. Justin Finch, ABC News, Memphis.
Still ahead on 4 News Now, we take you back inside the Spokane Arena where 2 high schools are battling for bragging rights for the next year and a groovy pair of shoes coming up in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by All Lines Insurance at alllinesinsure.com.
Chihuahua Casino is all about having fun. We have over 300 gaming machines and are always adding new ones. You could win your share of $6,000 cash. And one lucky winner will receive this 2023 Can-Am Commander. Drawings start at 5 p.m. Saturday, February 25th. Chihuahua Casino, we are the place that treats you right. 100% non-smoking, jackpots, food, sports betting, live table games, and fun. Learn more at ChihuahuaCasino.com.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no-obligation as-is cash offer. We buy houses in any condition, and there are no fees, no commissions, and no repairs. We buy houses with tenants, fixer-uppers, bare land, even haunted houses. Woo! Call us today or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
It's February here at Mainstream, and that means you can stay warm with our February Furnace Special, where you can fall in love with a free furnace when you purchase a new air conditioning unit. Let us provide your family with comfort and happiness this February. Call or visit Mainstream to find out more.
My grandfather, Doug Parker, started Parker almost 40 years ago. It's a really, really special place to work, and the people are what make it that way.
Everybody's on the same page as far as what our goal is, and our goal is to take care of people.
No matter what the situation is, if it's with a customer or an employee, Parker is always going to do the right thing and put the customer or employee first.
We're going to continue to take care of our employees, and in turn take care of our customers, and continue to be involved in the community at the highest level that we can.
Right now, it's the Subaru Share the Love event. Visit Parker Subaru in Coeur d'Alene.
Are you interested in a top-load laundry set? See the best selection of top-load laundry sets anywhere at your local Fred's Appliance. Like this Hot Point top-load set that's in stock. Top-load washers and dryers start at only $4.99 each. GE top-load laundry sets have features like a water station for hand rinsing, sensor drying, and deep fill for your biggest load. Starting at only $4.99 each, top-load laundry sets are in stock and on sale. See the best selection anywhere of front-load and top-load laundry sets at Fred's Appliance.
You may be eligible for a new tax refund called the Working Families Tax Credit from the Washington State Department of Revenue. Those who qualify could get up to $1,200 back. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
And welcome into sports. Julian Minnesone here live from a very loud and busy Spokane Arena as the Spirit Games for high school basketball continue this week with North Central and Shadle Park in the battle for the Groovy Shoes. Now, we've already seen the North Central Groovy Shoe. This is the Shadle Park one. As you can see, it's a Shadle Park right here, and it's got their colors, the green and the yellow. It's all fun and games here as the girls' game is going on right behind me. North Central leads 47-38 right here late in the fourth quarter, so they are a step closer to taking home that Groovy Shoe. But when it comes to this competition, it's one of the more longest standing staple traditions when it comes to Spirit Week. It all started in 1991 when the student bodies of North Central and Shadle decided to come together in a way to maybe increase school spirit and promote friendly competition. So they took the basketball rivalry on the court. The students off the court used school symbols and colors to create the groovy looking shoe, hence the name Groovy Shoes. Now, in order to win the Groovy Shoes, it's really about the two different competitions. The basketball teams that are playing right now and the one that you hear the students in the crowd. Leadership from non-participating schools are the judges, and they are here tonight, and they're looking for a multitude of things, from school spirit to the unique cheers, even the different themes. North Central theme tonight is Disney Shadle Park. As you could probably maybe see from the shoe right here, is circus theme. Right now, North Central still leads 47-38 with less than a minute to go here in the fourth quarter, so they're a step closer to getting the Groovy Shoes. The boys' game is going to follow this one, and then they're crowning who's going to hold up one of these. Will it be North Central? Will it be Shadle Park? We'll have the answer for you tonight on Night Side. Live at Spokane Arena tonight, Julian Minnesone for News Now Sports.
It's louder tonight than it was last night for the Rubber Chicken.
So loud.
All right, thank you, Julian. Well, around the nation, a 19-year-old in Iowa is being accused of lying about having cancer on TikTok and scamming people out of tens of thousands of dollars for treatment.
ABC's Trevor Alt has more on her story and how it was exposed.
I'm too sick from treatment where I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything.
This morning, an Iowa TikToker accused of faking a cancer diagnosis, charged with stealing from people who donated to help her battle a disease authorities say she doesn't have. Investigators say Madison Russo took more than $37,000 from Maddie's fight against pancreatic cancer. A GoFundMe set up on her behalf, captured by ABC affiliate WQAD, that's now been taken down.
This week is not a chemo week, it's just a radiation week.
Authorities allege Russo spent the past year claiming she'd been diagnosed with leukemia, stage 2 pancreatic cancer, and a tumor the size of a football that wrapped around her spine. Posting dozens of photos and videos like this she's since taken down, now reposted on TikTok by another user.
So it's my week off chemo, so I've just been doing radiation.
Police tell us they're reviewing all of Russo's posts as part of the investigation. In a press release saying witnesses with medical experience pointed out the many medical discrepancies, including terrible, life-threatening inaccuracies of her medical equipment placement on her body.
So you can see that the actual positioning of the port per se is not accurate. Also, the way that it's secured, the type of tape that's used, is not the same clinical tape that we would use in the hospital.
Authorities say Russo's subpoenaed medical records show she's never been diagnosed with any kind of cancer or tumor, but her alleged lies reached so far her story was featured in a local Iowa paper, and she even did outreach for the National Pancreas Foundation. That organization now tells ABC News there are thousands of patients, families, and caregivers battling this terrible disease, and Miss Russo's actions have taken away valuable resources from these patients. Louis Frillman is one of hundreds who gave to the GoFundMe supporting Russo. His $500 donation has been refunded.
My thinking is say a prayer for this young kid because she's going to have a lot of terrible consequences.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Are you looking for a credit card with rewards? Well, we've made it simple. Take advantage of 0% APR on new purchases for 6 months. So go on, reward yourself with a Premier Rewards MasterCard from P1FCU.
Hi, I'm attorney Jim Hill.
And I'm attorney Matt Russell.
And after 10 years of helping the injured people of Spokane,
Russell and Hill have won lots of awards.
But at the end of the day, only one award really matters.
The award we get the insurance company to pay you.
Russell and Hill.
Idaho is growing, but let's not just grow larger. Let's grow smarter.
After high school, college, or university,
Idaho public colleges and universities have the 6th lowest costs of all states.
And higher education means higher incomes.
More opportunities.
A better life for you.
For us.
For Idaho.
For Idaho.
Visit educationforidaho.org to learn more.
What are you gonna put me on?
The Deadbeat.
Oh my God, you're putting me on obituaries? Don't you come any closer, I will kill you.
I'm already dead. Fun fact, you're the only one that can see me.
No!
Yep.
No!
RV show pricing continues now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Yes, every RV in stock at R&R RV Liberty Lake is show priced. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Cougar, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show priced. Now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Shop online at rnrrv.com or visit R&R RV in Liberty Lake, Eastern Washington's largest RV dealer.
Today, tonight, and tomorrow, Cal Cars is kicking off the month with a 72-hour sale at all 3 Cal locations, where they are marking down over 72 trucks, cars, and SUVs to sell fast. Plus, delaying all payments until May 1st. And $0 down is all you need. Save thousands and trade your old vehicle in for something better with a complimentary 2-year service maintenance plan included. But it's only today, tonight, and tomorrow at Cal.
Are you looking for a credit card with rewards? Well, we've made it simple. Take advantage of 0% APR on new purchases for 6 months. So go on, reward yourself with a Premier Rewards MasterCard from P1FCU.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Wildlife Wednesday time, starting off strong, my favorite animal. Gorgeous cow and calf moose enjoying a little sunshine and enjoying some deep snow through the lens of Mark Vogt. Great photo, Mark. Thank you. Eric Walker captured this ringneck pheasant in a hurry, running through the wheat stubble fields of Lincoln County this week. Great shot, Eric. Now, this is a series of photos. I don't typically do this, but you have to see all of them together to appreciate. Allie Ray in North Idaho spotted a couple of eagles watching these otters enjoying some fish. They were diving down into the water, coming back up with fish, and you could see the eagle perched on the ice watching this action. Then it goes in, and after about 20 minutes, and absconds with the fish, leaving the otters to have this look. They're like, what just happened? Thank you, Allie, for sharing that. Well, that ice is going to be melting not only on the water, but around the neighborhoods as well. Here's our temperature trend over the next 7 days. This white line is average. We'll be back up around average tomorrow at 37, and then above through the rest of the 7-day forecast with lots of 40s. That should really help clear the streets and sidewalks and parking lots, even in some of the shaded areas. We do have wet weather coming in as well, but I don't think we're going to be adding to our snow, even if we see some flakes. Here's a look at our forecast starting off Thursday. Tomorrow, 24 hours from now, we have a system that is going to be coming in for Friday afternoon, a weakening system that is mainly going to bring mountain snow and a mix of rain and snow down to the valleys, but I don't think we're going to be seeing any accumulation, just maybe some flakes mixing in with the rain. Here is your planning forecast for Thursday. Partly sunny skies, Friday, a 20% chance of precipitation. That might need to be bumped up a little bit based on some of the things I'm seeing in the computer models now. Saturday, mostly dry, and then a better chance of wet weather in the form of valley rain and mountain snow on Sunday. We are going to stay in the 40s through the 7-day forecast, even our overnight lows above freezing, but those streets will drop below, so expect some slick mornings through the 7-day outlook. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Curtis Robinson is stepping into the role of NAACP president in Spokane for the second time. After Keonta Duncan's resignation, Robinson will take the position again after serving as president from 2017 to 2020.
A lot has happened in the Spokane community in 3 years, and our Destiny Richards spoke with him about what happens next. It's new at 6:30.
Curtis Robinson is Spokane's new NAACP president. Serving as vice president alongside Keonta Duncan, he says he supports her decision to step down.
Social justice work, civil rights, advocacy work carries a heavy burden on everyone. And then when life happens, right, it's all that extra.
Robinson knows what that's like firsthand. He served as president right before Duncan, and he plans to continue the work she started.
It's not a question of if it can continue, it's got to continue, and how do we do that? How do we accomplish that? So in that way, shape, or form, I'm ready for the next round of challenges.
When it comes to relations with Spokane city leaders, he says there's been a lot of pushback against accountability and change. One of the issues he wants to tackle, making police body cameras mandatory.
An officer can turn off his body cam anytime. And so we just want to go ahead and narrow that down and make sure that we have some consistency, not only here in Spokane, but across the state.
When I asked what he thinks the NAACP could do better, he says the chapter would rather focus on what they do well, so they can keep doing more.
One of the great things about working with Keonta is she was very diligent about striving to move towards the positive, and you know, we're going to keep that going.
Destiny Richards, 4 News Now.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
You want to know why I call South Carolina home? Come on, take a road trip with me. When you look around, you can really get a sense of why I love my home state. From the beaches all the way up to the beautiful mountains, South Carolina's got awesome scenery, cool cities, rich culture, and super friendly people. Of course, the best thing you can do is come down to South Carolina and find your own favorite places. Come see why I love this place.
Sometimes you're so busy taking care of everyone else, you don't do enough for yourself or your mouth. But eventually it will remind you. When it does, Aspen Dental is here for you. We offer the custom dental treatments you need all under one roof right nearby, so we can bring more life to your smile and more smile to your life, affordably. New patients without insurance can get a free complete exam and x-rays and 20% off treatment plans. Aspen Dental, anything to make you smile. Schedule your appointment today.
Bluey, Bingo, Bandit and Chili are coming to a theatre near you.
Do you want to play musical statues with us?
Join the Healers in their first ever live stage show, Bluey's Big Play.
Look, Mum, Dad's playing with us.
A fun-filled show made for the whole family. It's Bluey brought to real life. Book now for Bluey's Big Play. We can't wait to see you there.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
You even remember to water the houseplants. I do this?
You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming. Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
It's back. If the Gonzaga men's basketball team wins the 2023 national championship, Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning will refund all eligible equipment purchased from Bill's Heating and Air between January 15th and March 15th. Yes, you heard that right. So call today and get your new instant hot water tank, furnace, or AC unit. Treat yourself to heated floors or many of the other products we offer at Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Terms and conditions apply. Go to callbillsheating.com for more.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Tomorrow, a high of 37 degrees with a little bit of sunshine. It's going to feel even warmer. You can skip a layer.
Skip a layer?
Yeah, you know, you don't need the scarf or the...
I haven't used a scarf in a while.
I think I'm the only one here using a scarf.
I do too.
Download the 4 News Now app today. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.